Alright guys, another Amstrad CPC long plane review for you today, and it is Subterranean Stryker from Amsoft and Insight in 1985. And yep, another Amsoft game, probably the last Amsoft game I'm going to be doing for a while. But this is probably the last one of the batch of Amsoft games I got with my Amstrad CPC 464 as a kid, and do a long play of. Oh, apart from 3D Stunt Bike or Stunt Rider. Forgot about that one. Anyway, that was a nice loading screen there. And no, we are not using a green screen. Coding and designed by M. Follin and M. Wilson. That's Mike Follin and Mark Wilson. More of them later. Let's get started. Now, this looks like it's going to start out being like quite a cool Defender clone, for those of you who remember Defender, the classic Defender arcade coin-op. But it's like kind of Defender expanded. What if in Defender you could go past the ground into the caves below or something, maybe. So yeah, the point of this game is to rescue the humans, but they're enslaved underground, mining away. Ooh, and there's some very, very tight spaces to navigate and traverse. Alright, and yes, lots of nasty things to avoid, of course. And there are 5 levels in the game. And this is one of the toughest games I've ever done a long play of. The first 3 levels you might be able to get through, but levels 4 and 5 are ridiculously hard. Okay, there's 8 men per level, and you've got to collect all the men. When you do, usually right at the bottom of the level, on the furthest point, there'll be an exit, and that will become available to jump through. And there is like an invisible shield around your ship, which will allow you to go a little bit into walls and objects, only a little bit though. But sometimes you can use that to your advantage. Get past that spider, and there's the exit, and then we're on to level 2. Now I should point out that for some reason on this recording, some of the sound effects are missing. For example, there's a whooshing noise as you move your ship left or right, and also when there's aliens in the same area as you are, and there's usually sort of like a kind of a whistling kind of noise, like a kind of noise. I do not know why my recording software didn't pick up those kind of 2 noises. I do apologise, guys. So it's not completely silent like this. But hey, I did the long play. It took a huge amount of effort to do in practice. I'm not going back and recording it just because some sound effects got missed off because of the emulator. Anyway, we've still got the shooty noise from the laser there. But yeah, I was fascinated by this game as a kid. I really was. I don't know why it grabbed my attention so much. I don't hardly ever got off level 1, but I used to play it an awful lot. Oh, we've got lightning now here. So yeah, this is some really lovely graphics for and really early Amstrad game. This is 1984, 85 I think actually, sorry. But this looks really nice, especially compared to a lot of Amsoft games. It's got very nicely designed and defined sprites. Lovely use of colour. And really good sound effects. Shame some of them are missing in this particular recording. Sorry about that, guys. Oh yes, and you can refuel and regenerate your shield by pointing your nose at that fuel pod there. In fact, I probably should give you the full story of the game according to the instructions in the box. Okay, Subterranean Stryker. Descend through the alien cave systems to the enemy fortress, destroying alien guards and rescuing the captive humans. On your way, you will encounter many indigenous hazards which must be avoided at all costs. Your craft is protected from minor collisions by an invisible energy shield. This will not, however, protect you from more serious collisions with enemy plasma bombs, etc. So exercise extreme caution. On each of the lower levels is an enemy fuel dump. We just saw that. You can steal fuel and energy from these by simply flying up to the nozzle. When you've rescued all 8 men from each level, the energy gate will disappear. There you go, enabling you to descend to the next target. Should you delay too long on any level, the alien command saucer will lock onto your position and attempt to ram you. That last sentence is kind of interesting. That doesn't happen on the Amstrad version. I think I've seen the Specky version on YouTube, and there is a little alien saucer ship. Kind of what happens in Defender as well if you stick around too long. I'm sure there's like a source that just sort of locks onto you and is a real swine. Doesn't happen on this version. Thank God for that, because that would have made this game impossible. Wait and see till when we get on level 4 and 5, guys. It is ridiculously hard, and it is slow progress as well. But I've wanted to beat this game for years, and I've beaten it without a cheat. Yeah, we've got to be very careful here. What you got to remember about these aliens is sometimes they can jump through walls and jump through objects, and suddenly, look, he's just disappeared somewhere. Oh, he's gone behind there. So we really can't do anything until he moves out into an area where we can shoot him. Now the red one's like followed. I'm being really careful. Okay, the red one's... We've got the red one. Yes, there we go. There we go. It's got a really lovely presentation. Now there's a Spectrum version of this game. I mentioned that briefly a minute ago. It looks a bit different actually. The ship you're controlling is a lot smaller. The levels are roughly the same from what I can make out. And it does have the saucer if you spend too long on a level, come and track you down. It has smoother scrolling, I have to say, because this moves in sort of blocks, really, and you'll see it more apparent, the scrolling in blocks, when I'm making very fine movements on the later levels. Oh, cool! There's a fuel and energy dump. We'll have some of that. So yeah, programmers, Mike Follin is actually now the Reverend Michael Follin, leaving the game industry to become a priest in the early mid 90s. He's also the brother of Tim Follin. I'm sure many of you have heard of Tim Follin. He's quite famous for a lot of the music he's done over the years in 8-bit games, like Ghouls and Ghosts especially. The only other game I could find by Mike Follin on the Amstrad was Bionic Commando, which unfortunately was a pretty dreadful conversion and a very poor Specky port. The other guy listed for doing this game is Mark Wilson. I can't find much about him, but I think he did Agent X2 and Kronos for Mastertronic on the Amstrad. There you go. So now we're on level 4, and this is where things get really hard. Yeah, it is literally pixel perfect placement and movement now. From now on, no racing through the game. You can't make a mistake. Now, if you lose a lot, if you kill yourself and lose a life, be warned. You have to start all the way back at the start of the level. And boy, that is frustrating on levels 4 and 5 because of how difficult it is to progress. You might have got nearly all the way to the end, and it's taking you ages to do it. You crash, and then you got to do the level all over again. Really frustrating. I wish it just like sort of spawned you back somewhere safe, further into the level. I don't know, like a restart point. That would have been nice. Oh well. And you can see I'm moving myself so carefully, but there is a problem with this game, a big problem, which comes apparent on these levels. Controls and movement. We might see it a bit later on in this level. There is a strange sort of inertia on the controls at times. Obviously, if you just want to be making small movements, you've got to very lightly tap the direction on your joystick, or like the right arrow or left arrow key, but hold it down for a tiny split second too long, and the ship will move more than you want it to. How can I explain? As you can see here, we're sort of... Oh, I've got a blue alien there to deal with. I mean, left and right, it moves in blocks, as you can see there. And you can very easily jump forward 2 blocks by, again, pressing the key, the direction key, just for a split second too longer. Oh look, that's part of a wall there. Can you see this different shading of the wall? You can go through it, but not for long. Your shield will rapidly go down. The worst movement of your sprite and ship is when you're moving up and down. There's such a weird inertia on that, especially moving downwards. I'll probably see it just after this lightning bit. Right, I'm moving very carefully up there. The same here. There is like a sort of an acceleration and a bit of an inertia when you're moving up and down as well. This makes the game incredibly hard, and I swear to God, sometimes guys, I'm just so lightly tapping the key and it suddenly just jumps down too quickly. I'm like, what the hell? So full disclosure here, I have to be honest, I have used some snapshots doing these 2 levels to get it done, because it is utterly pretty much unfairly impossible. I mean, you have to be very lucky to get through it, and I do think that a lot of the time it isn't your fault. You're just trying to get your ship in position. It's very carefully touching the key to move it in that direction, and it moves forward 2 places rather than 1 place, and it's all over. You crash. I'm going to blame the game on that. I'm going to blame the programmers and the control system. Here's like really hard trying to judge, are you at the right height as well? Even after playing it all this time and all these years, I still can't always judge the height of my ship. You seem to survive if the top of your ship is into the wall, rather more than the bottom of the ship onto the floor. So that's quite hard to judge there as well, where the bottom is. So you're probably better looking to be a little high off the floor rather than too low, maybe. See, that's really hard to judge. Yeah, there you go. Oh, God, this game is a nightmare. And the first 3 levels showed real promise. I think they just make this far too difficult from level 4 and level 5. Oh, got an alien here. And there's such small spaces on this level. Forget trying to have a dogfight with an alien here. I think you're best avoiding them. There's only like two places you can really have a shootout with aliens. Although we've got a bit of a corridor there, perhaps we can get into. But as you can see on the scanner and the map at the top, there's two big places, two big areas on the far left and far right of the map. Oh, but I think we've actually managed to kill those two with a bit of space there, which is good news. Yeah, so you got, alright, so yeah, there's no other controls in the game. You can only shoot your lasers and move up, down, left and right. I think that's pretty much all I can describe about the game. That's all you probably need to know. Cool, we can refuel here and get some more energy. As you can see, my fuel's running really low. And you only use fuel when you're moving left or right, which is kind of good news for us when we're carefully navigating this kind of a maze, really. But the key to this game is being patient and taking your time. Like Defender, the game is kind of inspired, based on, ripped off of, or whatever. It was a mad, fast-paced shoot 'em up, which required you to be really fast, quick, keep moving, keep blasting and shooting. You may be tempted to do that on this one, but it's a surefire way of getting yourself killed really quickly. Yeah. This game favours the gamer with patience, definitely, and a lot of time on their hands to get through these levels. Now, so I guess this level and the next level isn't going to be perhaps interesting viewing. I don't know. Maybe might be getting a bit tense watching this, whether I'll get through it or not. Who knows? But yeah, this is pretty much the last of the Amsoft games I'm going to be looking at. I've looked at quite a few recently. Of course, I did Spannerman, Quackerjack, Jamming. Yeah, I think that was the three I looked at recently. God, my memory's terrible. And I've been, yeah, that's pretty much the last of my Amsoft games I got with my Amstrad when I was a kid collection. Strangely though, I've not come across anyone else in the comments who said that, oh yeah, I had the same games with my Amstrad. It seems to vary between people. I think there was like a one standard pack, and it seems a few people have mentioned that they got the same games with it. But then they started to vary it over the time. Perhaps it was up to the computer shop which games it bundled, which games was bundled with the machine they were selling. Now, I was shooting away there because there was an alien. He's a white one that's hidden behind the wall there now. I think he might have buggered off though. Oh, we got him. No, we didn't. I thought we did. He'll move down. Sometimes it's best to stay in one place and just keep firing. I think he's disappeared actually. I think he's like walked through a wall somewhere to further into the map. So yeah, they jump through walls, these aliens. They are a pain in the bum. Now, I've done this without losing a life. Obviously you need to, basically, for a long play like this, because, and for a game like this, because if you crash or get hit, you have to restart the level all over again. So I have to, full disclosure guys, I'll be honest, I've said earlier in the video, I've used snapshots to do this game. I don't think any of you can blame me, but I've not used like infinite energy cheat, unlike another YouTuber has on a recent long play of this game on his channel. Hey ho. So here we go, final level. And there you go, you can see the energy gate there at the bottom. We're going to be escaping through. And look at the look at the bottom section we're going to have to navigate through on the way down there. It's just below us. That looks nasty, doesn't it, guys? Right. Now, I did love this game when I got it with my Amstrad. I was kind of fascinated by it. It did inspire. It certainly inspired something within me. I don't know what it was. Like I could discover I could fly through bits of wall and rock that wasn't too thick or dense or whatever. I didn't know you could do that. Like when I first started playing the game, and then I discovered you could in certain bits. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then when I finally got to the later level, like level 2 or level 3, and saw different things happening, like lightning storms there, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." As a kid. Yeah, so it kind of compared to other Amsoft games, it certainly captured my imagination. A bit like Roland on the Ropes did. And when you think of all the other Amsoft games and how crappy a lot of them were, this doesn't look too bad. This ranks pretty okay actually. It's just really frustrating. Look how cautiously I'm trying to move down there. It is a real problem, and it's going to be marked down severely because of that. Because of this. Look at the, and you got to move. You had to stop short there because of that thing in the bottom right corner there sticking out. Oh, look how tight this is. And it's going to get worse as well. That took a lot of energy off there. Got me really carefully moving. Yeah, it's a shame that this recording didn't capture all the sound effects. Never happened before, actually. It's very strange. Yeah, so you get a whistling beeping noise when an enemy is on screen or very nearby. And of course the roar of the ship's engines as you move forward, sort of a kind of noise, whatever. Whoa. Let's move very quickly then. Yeah, very, very careful movement there. It's better, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, as a little tip, guys, it's better to go slightly higher when you need to than slightly lower. Slightly lower will end up getting you killed. The bottom of the ship will hit the floor and just explode. And the top of the ship seems that like it can take a little bit of damage on its like fin there or whatever. But we've got a real problem there because we've got two aliens and they can suddenly jump through like that, and we don't want that to happen. So we're playing a waiting game here, which doesn't make interesting viewing perhaps unless you're feeling like sort of tense about whether we're going to do this or not. I think luck plays a little bit of part here. Oh right, it's like the alien's gone away, which is kind of lucky. Because they do sort of home in on you. But I think maybe they get, because of all the rocks and stuff, they get confused and warp off somewhere, then lose track of me. I don't quite know what's going on there, the game logic. But there we go. But we've only got two more men to rescue. I've got to get a total of 40 to complete the game and escape. Really, really tight there. So I guess I will sum up a bit of a review here. I love the graphics, lovely colourful graphics, really nice sprites and animation. It's cool that it's taken inspiration from Defender and sort of expanded it. Although the later levels are just way too difficult. Nice sound effects, but the controls and the ship movement really let it down severely. What might have been maybe, if it wasn't so hard, it may even been heading towards an 8 out of 10. But because of the difficulty, straight down to a 7, and because of the controls, as I've mentioned a lot already, I'm going to knock this down to, unfortunately, a 6 out of 10. Maybe a 6.5 out of 10 because of nostalgia, and is actually pretty good in comparison to a lot of the games released the Amstrad in 1984-85, especially by Amsoft. So yeah. Oh, probably, yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Good effort, damn good effort. Just play test it more, guys. Okay, I'm not moving on because I knew there was another alien there. Maybe I could get rid of it. I do not want it warping into that bottom area when I'm moving through it. In a second. Oh god, we've got 2 of them now. White and yellow. Cool. Right, I'm going to refuel again, top up my energy. Right, you're going to need every bit of your shield. And you're going to need to be really careful with it. Even just getting through there. Don't worry about your fuel so much. Welcome to the hardest part of the game, and especially a little bit coming up in a second. Whoa, whoa. You can go through the wall, but it will take you. It will zap your shield. This bit here, the hardest bit of the game. You're gonna go down and up really quickly, like that. Guys, save a snapshot there. That bit is impossible. I made it perhaps look easy. I only get it 1 out of 10 tries. It is like, oh, you've got to go diagonally down and diagonally up, with like milliseconds precision. It is ridiculously hard, that bit there. I cannot describe how difficult that bit was. This is similarly difficult, because we're going to have to sort. I'm thinking about it there. It looks like we're going to have to go up into that wall, or maybe yeah, we'll do it like that. Whoa, that was dangerous. Yeah, just keep going, blast through it. Don't go too far though. But we're very near the end now, guys. That was lucky. That was a bit risky there. Okay, nearly there, nearly there. Being very, very, very cautious here. Here it is, another incredibly difficult bit, but a bit more breathing space. It is split second, millisecond timing there, guys. Again, be lucky to do it on your first attempt. Take a snapshot there. But here we go, coming out to the exit, and we've done it! Hurrah! But, oh, the game just warps around and starts all over again. No end game completion screen or congratulations message. After all that effort, believe me guys, that was freaking tough. Wow. So yeah, we're just going to kill ourselves here, basically. Look, you can go through the tree there. I was amazed that when I worked that out as a kid. I was like, oh, I can go through the tree trunk. I don't know what happened with Insight Software, who Mike and Mark made this game for. Maybe they turned into Software Creations, because a lot of those two guys did go on to work for Software Creations. Who knows? Maybe someone can tell me. No point googling them, as I found so far, because there's lots of people trying to call themselves Insight Software for some weird reason. But there you go. That was Subterranean Stryker, one of my favourite Amsoft games. It's not amazingly brilliant, but it's worth it for a blast. See if you can see if you can do levels 1, 2, maybe reach level 3 as a goal, and leave it there. Well, there you go, guys. Oh, I've still got another life. Another life or two there. Yeah. So, yeah, 6.5 out of 10 from me. That will probably do on the Amsoft game front now for a while. Yeah, I've only got to do 3D stunt bikes. Was it 3D stunt rider? When you jump over those red double-decker buses. That might be a lot. That might be a bit of work to do, because if you manage to get to the final level with the maximum number of buses, it is near impossible. Near impossible. I've only ever done it once, but never captured it on video, sadly. So we'll see. So that's all my Amsoft games. Pretty much done. I've got a couple of big projects I'm working on. So maybe the long plays may slow down a bit. Do bear with me. I'm very, very busy at the moment. I've got some Shadowgun Dead Zone videos to upload. I know that's probably not most of my subscribers' thing, but I love playing that game. So bear with me. Lots of good stuff coming later in the year. I hope you've enjoyed all these Amsoft long plays. Maybe I'll do a few more in the future. But thanks for watching, guys. That was Subterranean Stryker, 6.5 out of 10. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Thanks. Goodbye. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click a like below, leave a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And over that way, there's another video for you to check out. Zypho, out.